evaluate the first prepared speech by Ms. Jamuna.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinod. Good evening once again, everyone. Jamuna, after giving 2 speeches, is given the 3rd speech today. And the title of the speech was Jack for all trades and master of none. And what was the message she was trying to reiterate? What was the message that he kept repeating? Learning will never go waste. She kept reiterating the message so that it connected with the audience. After each and every chunk, she gave this point so that it gets connected with the audience. That was a very good thing Jamuna has done today. And the best thing which I liked about Jamuna's speech was the opening. She showed the pictures of 2 famous personalities. The third one was a question mark. She asked, who do you think this is? That was a very good way of opening your speech. And as Toastmaster-elect Mohan gave his education session, he said you're required to validate your content so that the audience think the message is authentic. So likewise, she explained how she is a jack of all trades. She said how she was part of an MNC and then she was into testing and then she became a dancer and then music and everything. And I'm sure she had a very good conclusion saying, I became a master of one trade, or still now I'm waiting to find out which is my master trade or something. But due to some reasons, she couldn't complete the speech. So what, from my observation, I think Jamuna had a problem here was she was trying to make an eye contact with the people. So probably that distracted her is what I felt, because this has happened to me in one of my speeches. So the suggestion what I can give you for that is, first, take it step by step. You don't have to look into everyone in your first speech itself. Probably take it with your friends, make an eye contact with the friends or the people whom you're comfortable with. And then in the next coming speeches, try to make an eye contact with the others as well, so that you will be able to improvise on that. And overall, it was an amazing speech and looking forward to your future speeches, Jamuna. Thank you.
Thank you, Anusha, for such a candid feedback. So now, calling upon our Sundar Pichai of Medley to Arjun to evaluate our second speaker, Chokalingam.
Good evening, everyone, and good evening, my target speaker. So, when I first saw his title, The Dream Script, I thought it would be something on how to prepare a very good script. And Mohan also was giving a session on how to prepare his content, so I thought Chokalingam wanted to spoil it for Mohan and give it before himself. But it was a nice twist at the end, and it wasn't actually how to prepare a dream script, but it was literally a dream script. Overall, it was a fantastic speech. And why? Because your scene construction, the way you constructed every single scene. You started off, your introduction was very nice. Your introduction talked about how we and why we dream. You talked about stress and how our emotion outside the dream reflects in our dream. You said if we are stressed on the outside, we will experience falling down from a bridge on inside our dream. And the way you started off your dream, we could all picture it from sitting over there. You said it was a bluish atmosphere, bluish. We could imagine us floating in the sky, completely surrounded by bluish white clouds, and you were wearing a black shirt. You're actually not wearing a black shirt. Okay, so you're wearing a black shirt and wearing shoes, and then you said flip-flops. But these instances, you made it so very so visually visually appealing that we could follow you, even though they were disconnected, like how a dream should be. We could follow you because you made it so clear as to what you were describing. First you talked about the bluish atmosphere, then you walked into the beach and your shoes were wet, and then you suddenly went to a Shaolin temple and you went to the top, and the scene with the 3 candles, and all that was very well described. And it is also very apt for CC4, where you're supposed to use these imagery. And you also had very nice word usage. You used words like dreams being unsolved misery. It felt very surreal and it's like that. What I liked, another thing I liked about your speech was the way you connected. There were a lot of disconnected events which didn't make sense, like how the shoes suddenly turned into flip-flops. But every single thing you explained at the end by saying that the shoes were actually Guru's shoes, and the black t-shirt was the shirt you wore during the beach meeting. And you explained everything and you tied all loose ends. That was one very nice thing. So, if I want to point out one negative in your speech, the purpose of the speech itself wasn't very clear. You started off by saying your thoughts reflect reflect your dreams, and then you talked about your dream. And then at the end, you said, okay, it happened in the beach. You were just trying to connect what happened in reality to the dream, which wasn't very clear. But other than that, a very good speech. I'm looking forward to more of those speeches. I forgot the campaign, so by default, do I get winner? So they say that the pen is mightier than the sword. I'm sure that the sword is mightier than the magnifying glass. So.
So moving on to tag team report, we'll quickly have report from Timer and Omkar. In case of Grammarian, we'll have word of the day and team of the day usage. We'll take the other reports after. Timer, can you please read out your?
As for the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Jamuna spoke for 6 minutes 45 seconds. Toastmaster Chucklingham spoke for 7 minutes 28 seconds. And Toastmaster and the educational speech, Toastmaster Mohan spoke for 35 minutes and 30 seconds. And for the table topics, Toastmaster Venkatesh spoke for 1 minute 52 seconds. Toastmaster Alex spoke for 1 minute 30 seconds. Toastmaster Arvind spoke for 1 minute 19 seconds. Toastmaster Kalyan for 45 seconds. Toastmaster Sundaraman for 1 minute 4 seconds. Guest Sundaram. Guest Zakir for 1 minute 28 seconds. And Toastmaster Vinod for 1 minute 17 seconds. For the evaluation speeches, Toastmaster Anusha spoke for 2 minutes 22 seconds, and Toastmaster Arjun spoke for 3 minutes and 16 seconds.
Thank you, thank you. So moving on to our counter report, Mr. Candy.
The first speech, Jamuna uses some pauses, some filler word and 3 repetition, and Chakalikam uses no pauses, 3 filler word and some repetition. In TT speaker, Venkatesh uses 1 filler word and 1 repetition. Alex uses no pauses, no filler word and 1 repetition. Arvind uses no pause, no filler word, no repetition. Kalyan uses no pauses, 2 filler word and 1 repetition. Guest Sundaraman uses no pauses, 3 filler word, no repetition. Toastmaster Zagir uses no pauses, 2 filler word and no repetition. Guest Vinod uses no pauses, no filler word and 1 repetition. In evaluation session, Toastmaster Anusha uses no pauses, 2 filler word and 2 repetition. Toastmaster Arvind uses no pauses, 3 filler word and 3 repetition.
Thank you, thank you. Now moving on to Grammarian report, actually, can you please read out word of the day and team of the day? That's So that's it with the report. We'll take more of Grammarian's report after into a mail. Thank you, Grammarian. So moving on to general evaluators report, as usual, like every Medley meeting, the meeting started on time. Every guest was introduced properly, and every speaker and evaluators, role players were introduced properly. The speakers were well prepared. We had someone who covered the left, right, and center. We had someone who took us through the dream. We had evaluators who were giving critical and useful feedbacks to the speakers. Everything was right on target. Ambience and the display of even our TM Moody had election theme set down, and we even have the symbols assigned to each of the speakers, evaluators and role players. This is that traveling an extra mile to bring in what is best for Medley. Kudos to Toastmasters. Kudos to XCOM team for arranging such an educational session on content and structure by Toastmaster Mohan. I am sure that it will redefine the speeches going on in the future by Toastmasters from Medley. So, to add on to all these positives, the only thing which I could say can be changed or could be changed in my opinion is we could have, if we have first time role players like me or people like Bala, we can have virtual time run before the meeting so that everything happens on time. So that's it with my general evaluators report. Keep rocking with me.
We are not running the parliament, we are running a Toastmasters club. We need to watch our watches. So, it is said that it is not voting that is democracy, it's counting. So it's time for you to select the best role player out of all these 5 people: G, Tiki Master, Timer, Armour and Grammarian. You have the symbols, you vote them and show your voter ID card and hand over your votes to the Sergeant at Arms. Remember, your ballots without ID cards are invalid.
Can you take a minute okay. The thing is that I'm new to Toastmasters. We were talking about evaluation order. There is an off order and there is a memory. But for a speech, actually, the body language matters a lot. That's what I heard. So is there any evaluation part for the body language?
Yeah, we'll be right. Yeah, I think after the meeting is adjourned, we'll have a call. I'll explain to you. Anyway, you'll be invited by the committee membership in this place to brief you on how this whole process works. You are asking a question at least 5 miles ahead. Now we are still in the first mile. Something like that, but valid question. We definitely have an answer for it. Is my ID? Voter ID is for you. No, don't take voter IDs. Ask them to display their voter ID. So, gentlemen, we have come to the conclusion of Toastmasters meeting today, almost. While the democratic process goes on, I hope you really enjoyed today's meeting. Yes. And you are really geared up for Monday. Yes. Bad people are selected by good citizens who do not vote. Bad people are selected by bad people are selected by good people, good citizens who do not vote. After having spent so much of time explaining, making your choice, and displaying a variety of people making their choices right before your eyes, don't fail to make your choice on Monday. Make your index finger dirty on that day. That would clean our state. With these words, electronic voting.
Thank you, TM Mani, ATM Guru Prasad. Before we start the meeting, I told you there will be some difference because ATM Guru Prasad is going to be the Toastmaster of the day. You all agree with me?
Yes.
Today's meeting and today's voting
Yes.
was a different one than the usual one. So thank you, Team Modi, Guru Prasad, for making this meeting a wonderful meeting. With him, we had a lot of role players here. We all supported him to make this meeting a grand meeting. Especially, you are doing the role for the first time, Ramakrishnan, and then Bala, Toastmaster Bala is also doing the role for the very first time. And thank you, Toastmaster Mohan, who is also the president-elect of this club, giving this wonderful workshop. I didn't know the difference between workshop and
That's a wrong definition.
so I had some tools with me. So, I mean, due to paucity of time, we couldn't complete it properly, but it was, whatever I heard was really nice. I thought you also agree with that. We'll be having a detailed session, and we have to have more time for that. So anyway, we all enjoyed whatever we heard, whatever time was available was enough, was not enough for conducting this whole show. So now I would go to the guest feedback. Before that, I would like to recognize the presence of our past district director, Toastmaster Venkatesh. And welcome, sir. I came to know about you a long back, but happy to see you here. And welcome to Midley. And we are all honored to have your presence here. And the people who are all attending the Toastmaster meeting for the first time, how many are there? So can I have the feedback about the meeting? If those who are not introduced, you should please introduce.
I am Krishnan Bhaskar. I find this highly energetic and well organized. These are the top things which comes to my mind when speaking this because this is something which I did not come with this kind of information that is so well organized. So I see that some of them are like as old as me and like even older. But still I see that their enthusiasm. Yeah, I can say that. So what I see that there is so much of energy, enthusiasm to learn. So that is something which I can relate to.
Thank you so much. And
so the experience was very new and it was good, but I could not get a sync. I hope that if you come only after
yes, you have to attend to it for 3-4 meetings. Yeah.
Good feedback. Yeah, nice of you.
Good, very good feedback.
Hello everybody, I'm a member of CAC. That's only weekday club and I was not able to make it to that. So I thought I'll join this. And I remember it at 3:55, so I entered at 2:55. 2:55.
2:55.
Yeah, I entered late.
Yeah, okay.
And then I thought that it's not the regular session, it's something else happening here because this table and this, I've never seen there.
Just there.
No, in our Chennai Articulators Club.
Yeah.
It's just a very young club. So the entire organization of this is far superior. That's a young club, my own club. So I'm not saying anything about that, but it is much superior and much matured. And I heard half of he was my mentor in one of those. Okay, it's very good. It's very well organized, and I'm going to join because I'm not able to make it here.
Setup was coordinated to me. It was very interesting. I won't say I didn't get a sleep of it. I got it.
It's difficult actually.
No, it's not so much of confusion.
Yes.
So it's kind of cool.
You had an agenda also. Yeah. You had an agenda. So agenda was
Okay, yeah. And the main part is it's kind of professional. Everyone picks up the timeline and it's running in a professional setup.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, today is the first day. Actually, I was a bit hesitant to enter into the hall of India. I was not knowing how many people are there, how many experienced people are there. But the whole session, it went like a first half of the 24 movie. It went very fast that I couldn't realize session is over. So I was expecting the next half immediately. So I enjoyed it totally, and it's very energetic and very beautiful and very informative. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else?
First of all, this is the first place for public speaking and given kind of lecture and staying here. The street content oriented B. Those two people are around to speak something. There are people around to evaluate and assess and tell you how what to practice. It's a great way to learn and practice. I and people I find is very diverse. They are very young and very old, young at like as somebody said that how time flies. I felt that I'm so close to it. I actually Google search to come here. I never before today. I never knew that this Toastmaster. I never okay. I mean not here at all. I just was looking for some public speaking courses, the weekend practices. So I Google search. I saw the Toastmaster. And then I stayed in Narayana one day. I thought I came back. I tell you, this is literally a different experience. I really enjoyed this, very participative. Mohan put a different perspective to communication I never had before. 4 classes, I will be able to connect over here. I think it's you are doing great, and I could thanks.
There are more guests here, and but we are running out of time. Already we ran out of time. So 5 is the time because we had a workshop and we have to adjust with the time. So, and for the information of the guests, there is a guest fees of around 150 rupees, and for the students it is 100 rupees. New treasurer Toastmaster Vinod will be here to collect the fees. Please hand it over to him. And those who want to know more about the Toastmasters, how to join the club and the fee structure, our new BPM, Toastmaster Arvind, will be here waiting for you. So please approach him so that you will get all the information. Now next meeting will be happening here, right here, next Saturday, same time. There are some awards to be given. I would like to welcome Toastmasters JP